Well, congratulations, Gary. I imagine you're very happy with a point tonight.
Yeah, very good point. No doubt about that. Tough place to go anytime, Gateshead. But having to travel up here on a Wednesday evening, very blustery conditions. We knew that the attitude and the commitment would have to be first class. And, you know, to be honest with you, they started quite brightly and had an opportunity, being fair, in the first minute. They'd probably be disappointed they didn't get in front. But apart from that, really, even though they had a lot of possession at times, I thought we had the best chance from our point of view with Dean Morgan at a stage in the first half where he'd be probably disappointed he squared the defender up and he's shot across goal, and Dean's a very good finisher, right or left footed, and he'd be disappointed. But coming in 0-0 half time, we had the elements of the first half. I think we all thought probably deep down that, you know, they would have that little bit of wind in the second half would push them on. But, you know, I thought we started the second half very bright. I think that it was a game where they were looking for 3 points, really, John, because they're 4 points behind us with games in hand. Games count for nothing in hand. You have to turn them into points. But, you know, I felt that we tried to play to win the game. Tomo had set the boys up in a way that he had seen them play the other week against Bristol Rovers, the way he wanted to set them up. Of course, one of two things have happened over the last few days, and the personnel probably did change a little bit from what we thought we would use. But, you know, they worked to the game plan what we had in place, and I thought second half we found ourselves in some very good positions. And probably a little bit frustrated, really, that, you know, we haven't done as good as what we could have turned around and done in that final third in good positions. But, you know, as I say, I think if people would have turned around and asked us before the game, coming up the Gateshead on a Wednesday night, and getting a draw would have taken that, and the clean sheet was very more encouraging. And it's funny, really, John, it's probably as hard as any place you go in the Conference League over the course of a season, and we've been here the last 2 years and haven't conceded a goal, which is very good.
And your back four and your keeper did ever so well tonight, didn't they, in difficult conditions? And when you keep a clean sheet, it gives you a bit of a chance.
Yeah, I thought the back four and the goalkeeper done very, very well. But saying that, I think as a complete team, you know, they were set out, as I say, by Steve Thompson in a game plan where we invited them in to a certain area of the field, and then we engaged ourselves into play, and the midfield players kept their shape and done some very good defending, as well as other players. And even Jack Marriott tonight, he found himself in positions a lot of the time, which is something new to him from a defensive point of view, but done very, very well. So, you know, as I say, I'm very pleased. I do look at it as a point game tonight, not 2 points lost.
And more good news, Gary, to see Mark Ricketts involved tonight. First time since Aldershot.
Yeah, it's a long time, you know, to lose a player. We've had Mark Ricketts with us over the 4 years. He's been a big figure on and off the field of plays, our captain in every way of form. And to have him back in the side or in the squad, first time since September the 9th, I think you find all the shot away. It's a long time to lose a player of his qualities and capabilities and presence, what he gives us on and off the pitch. But again, from the point of view, Mark was included in the 16. I think he's very pleased. He's itching to get playing, but even though it's Mark Ricketts, we ain't got no sentiment there. We've still got a job to do to get results and points. But, you know, to have him back in the squad there, and I like to feel that Scott Rendell ain't far away as well. That, you know, I know Theo Lewis has moved on in the last 24 hours, which in some ways might surprise people. But we know what we're doing, John, in every way. I think the club and the supporters trust in us in every way. And as I say, we're sitting there tonight in a very, very good position. Might have played a couple of games more than other teams. That's not a problem to me, because they've all got to play each other. Then games in hand, and then they've still got to be won by them other teams. They're going to play each other, knock each other about. 16 games to play, sitting in a position where we're very pleased and going in the right direction.
And Gary, as you say, you've made some changes to your squad this week. You've brought back Chris Arthur. He's now a Woking player, obviously extended Jack Marriott's loan, and you've sold Theo Lewis. What are your thoughts about the business you've done this week?
Very pleased, very pleased. I think it was important for us going forward that we wanted to get Chris Arthur to become a Woking player, which he is now a Woking player, where we can assess him even more between now and the end of the season, what we're trying to plan to do, hopefully with the club going forward. We've all got to be going that direction together, but Chris has become a Woking player, which is a big plus. To get Jack Marriott back, and before tonight he'd scored 4 in 7 games, and he looks like he's getting sharper again. He looks like he's enjoying his football again. That's a big plus for us, and get him back on hopefully a long-term loan, even though that Ipswich have got a call back. It's a big plus. And as I say, to get them 2 players in and do the business what we've done there, I'm very pleased outside. Theo Lewis, very mixed, John, very mixed as a manager. Theo Lewis wasn't put on a transfer list. Theo Lewis is a 22-year-old player who's part of our plans. But there's always a situation in football where you have to assess things, and when another football club comes and makes an inquiry about your player, which they've done a couple of times, and I never said nothing to Theo, because 1, I weren't looking to sell him, and 2, at the end of the day, what they offered was not worth even talking to Theo about, because I didn't want to mix his head up, and it wasn't right for Woking Football Club. But an offer has come in, which I think in the interest of Woking Football Club going forward was right. Theo expressed an interest that he did want to talk to Ebbsfleet. He did phone me about it and said, Gaffer, you know, can you tell me what's happening? I'm aware that Ebbsfleet have shown an interest. I said, that's correct. I said, but I haven't met the price I would like or think is a benefit to Woking, so you're not going nowhere. If they meet that price, I would then give them permission if you wanted to talk to them. I said, but what is the situation? He said, I would like to talk to them. Now, when a player says that to you, John, we all know what goes on in football at the ice level. But when a player rings you and turns around and states that if the transfer fee involved is met and he wants to go down a division to the Conference South, even though Ebbsfleet are pushing with big planning to go forward, it makes me think a little bit then that I have to turn around and give that player that opportunity if the fee is right on the grounds. Otherwise, I've got players at the football club who are sitting on the bench and waiting for that opportunity, and there could be a player on the field who is out there, and I've not agreed a situation which is to benefit the Woking, and that don't help them players as well. So good business, John, very, very good business in respect of undisclosed, but very, very good business for Theo Lewis, for our club, and the opportunity of Theo getting his wish, and the board totally support my decision, what I recommended we do.
And next up, Gary, it's Oxford City away in the trophy. Although they are in a lower league, a very difficult tie, isn't it?
It's a tricky tie, John. It's very similar to North Ferriby last year. And I don't like to say it, John, because I think everybody knows that I'm very, passionate person. I'm a winner in every way I form, but this is the year which I've set my heart on having a run in the trophy at Woking Football Club, which has got great history from the past. John, it hasn't been my major priority the last 2 or 3 years. I've never made a secret of that. I think everybody knows at the football club and supporters that I'm honest and tell the truth. But it's a big fact to me this year that I want to go to Wembley, whether that's, at the end of the day, via the playoffs or in the FA Trophy final. I'm getting no younger. The club ain't been there for a long while, so they'll probably be getting their tom-toms out and find a way there. So we've got to make every effort we can. But the FA Trophy means a great deal to our football club with its past history, and this is a year that I've said to myself, we're having to go for the trophy. So we will go there, tough game, tricky, no doubt about that. We have to have the same kind of attitude and commitment we showed at Gateshead in every way or form. And as I say, we will have to be at our best, but we fancy our chances, yeah.
Lovely, thank you very much, Gary. And you're going to go and have a few beers in the big market round Newcastle tonight?
Yeah, if I can do. I usually have 3 or 4, but the trouble is, John, I start wanting to get on stage and sing karaoke songs. I'm not the best holding my beer, really.
Lovely, thank you very much.